Welcome back to Jen's Jungle, and today we're going to go over my Tortoise hospital routine. These two have been in the vet with sepsis and they're now being looked after at home. So this is what we do each day, but before we do anything we're going to pop some hand sanitizer on to keep everything nice and clean. This is my little hospital kit. So we've got all their supplements, their weighing materials and everything we need for them. We are going to pop them in their carrier. So we did originally have 3 Egyptian tortoises. Sadly, one passed away from sepsis, and when the other 2 started showing signs, we got them down our exotic vets. They do seem to be recovering well. You can still see some pinking on their shell. This is one of the main signs of sepsis in tortoises, alongside pinking around the tail area. But this can take a long time to resolve, even when they are getting better. So the first thing I'm going to do this morning is give them their antibiotic injection. So this is done every 3 days, and it's something that was taught to me by the specialist vet. It's really important to only do this if you've been trained to do so. So first things, I'm cleaning the little bottle of antibiotics. I am then going to get my tiny little needle and draw up the correct amount. These are really little tortoises, so the amount is tiny. So you always draw up a bit extra, and this allows you to prime the needle and still have the full dose. You also want to make sure there's no bubbles or anything like that in the syringe. We're then going to clean the site. So this is just a little cotton swab with a little antiseptic on. And I'm just going to use this to wipe down the injection site. I'm then going to hold the leg of the tortoise against its shell. And where I'm aiming for is the bit of skin where the scales on the legs go into skin. And here we are, going in at a slight angle, going to pull back and then push in. And then afterwards I'm just going to hold my finger against the site. This is because tortoise skin is less elastic than ours, and if you don't hold it, sometimes the medicine can seep back out. I'm then going to move on to my second tortoise, and I'm just repeating the same process of drawing up the medicine. I'm going to get all the bubbles out, and I'm going to prime the needle. This can be a bit fiddly because it's such tiny amounts, but it's really important to get the correct amount. Once I've prepared the medicine, I'm going to repeat the same process with the tortoise of giving the site a little clean. You can see here that I'm rubbing the back shell of the tortoise, and this just helps get their legs and head out in a gentle way. They can be a little wiggly and a bit awkward. Here I am just trying to get the right angle to make sure it is all done well. And again, going in at a slight angle at the bit where the scales turn into skin. And pulling back and then injecting, and then just holding the site. I don't think either tortoise is very impressed with me, but this is a really key part of their recovery. I'm going to pop the medicine back away and dispose of the needle safely later. Next up in the hospital routine, I'm going to weigh them. I weigh them whenever I give them their injection. This just ensures that they're maintaining their weights. If they were to start losing their weight, this would be a sign that they might not be recovering well, that they might be getting worse. So we either want them to maintain or gain. A slight fluctuation is okay, we just don't want them to be losing weight. But they are both doing really well, and they are slowly gaining weight. It's then time for their bath. So we use just some warm water, and then we pop some Reptile Boost in. This is an electrolyte mix for reptiles. This is great for recovery. Giving them their bath just helps with their hydration and their electrolytes, both which are really key in recovery from illness in tortoises. Here they are enjoying their bath. What we want to make sure is that the water is just below their head level so they can easily dip down and drink. but they're obviously not going to drown or anything like that. They are getting a bit restless after a while, but we want to leave them in long enough to make sure they've had time to drink. They also might poop or pee in the bath. This is really common. I'm just getting everything else sorted whilst they are enjoying their bath. Once they're finished in the bath, I'm going to take them out, giving them a little dry first, and we're then going to sort their enclosure out. So I'm going to remove their old food and water. I'm going to remove their accessories, and then I'm going to remove all the paper towel. I'm keeping them on paper towel because this allows me to quickly clean them out each day. I'm using Reptile Safe disinfectant here. The paper towel also lets me closely monitor any poops or pees or anything like that. We're giving it a good wipe down, making sure it's completely clean. At this point, because they're still recovering, we really don't want them to get any more bugs or illnesses, so keeping them really clean is really important. I'm then going to lay down some fresh paper towel. Normally I like much more naturalistic setups, but this is great for a hospital or isolation setup. Once I've laid down all the paper towel, I'm going to clean their accessories off, keeping it really bare minimum in terms of accessories at the moment, but it's important for them to have a couple of hides. I'm then going to wash and top up their water and do the same with their feeding slate. And I'm going to give them their daily feed, which is just forage greens, and I'm going to add some Kelsey dust to it. This is a great botanical one. And then I'm going to add 2 little tortoises back in. So this is my hospital routine whilst they're recovering. They are doing well. They were both quite poorly. They had to spend several days in a specialist vet's, but we will do whatever it takes to get them better. They have got great appetites. They are active, all which are great signs of recovery. So hopefully they will just get better and better. I might do a bit more in-depth video on their story if you'd be interested. But for now, please like and subscribe, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye!